Butterflies ride swerving down here. I promise my money ain't hurting now, chill. I got it wrapped like a turban down here. I got them tram boys serving down here. Got cars, got clothes, got fame. Got bars, got flows, got game.
Greetings and welcome to another edition of Seamless Style, powered by Polo Ticks and Polaroids. I'm your host, Mr. Parker. All right, this episode, due to a consistent week of spring temperatures and rain, I wanted to look at spring and pre-spring ensembles. Now, spring, obviously, we're talking about the possibility of shorts, all right, but the possibility of even short sleeves. But mainly what we're talking about is lightweight layering, all right? Lightweight layering as far as spring ensembles. Now, as far as pre-spring ensembles, that leads to a mixture of lightweight fabrics with medium weight fabrics, maybe sometimes even a heavyweight fabric, right? That leads to some bright colors, right? You don't want to OD on bright colors when you're talking pre-spring, but you do have the luxury of being able to bring out some bright colors and mix them in with fall winter hues, all right? As far as anyone who enjoys having their widest range of options, pre-spring leading into spring is going to be the time that you want to take full advantage of, because again, like I said, you're allowed the freedom, right, of mixing spring hues with fall winter hues, right? You have the luxury of being able to mix lightweight fabrics with medium weight fabrics, maybe even heavyweight fabrics, right? So it's a great time of year as far as maximizing all of your options, all right? I also wanted to do somewhat of an equestrian episode, more specifically a polo episode, right? Now, I'm not talking the brand per se. I'm more so referring to the sport, right? I'm more so referring to the sport. So the ensemble that I'm wearing represents an equestrian style, an equestrian vibe, mainly from the pieces that I have on, right? But the rigging is more specifically to the sport of polo, all right? And you will absolutely see exactly what I mean with this episode, all right? So let me start with the ensemble I'm wearing. An equestrian look, an equestrian vibe, so everything pretty much coincides with all things equestrian. First things first, boots. All right, I broke out Jodhpur boots. All right, Jodhpur boots, brown leather. All right, just a beautiful pair of dress style boots that are designed specifically, but not exclusively, to be worn with Jodhpur pants. All right. Hosiery, I just went with a blue pair of socks. Our trousers are GTH chinos in a boating khaki with all over match play polo vibes. All right, all over match play polo vibes on these chinos. All right, my shirt is a flannel shirt. All right, Polo Blue Label flannel shirt Beautiful plaid pattern here with Nantucket red, a little bit of French navy, a little bit of aviator navy, gold, and some green. All right, some college green. The neckwear is a gold tie, a gold necktie with all over polo mallets and saddles. Okay. And then my top piece is an outerwear vest, diamond quilted, medium weight. Medium weight, has a little bit of weight to it, but it's not, it's not a puffer, right? It's not a body warmer, right? Diamond quilted equestrian outerwear vest, all right, with an iconic logo here on the left chest. All right. Finished the look off with the cap that matches as far as the logo and a rugby royal. The vest is a college green, by the way, or forest green. It's right there. It's right there at that fine point between college green and forest green. Really, to be honest, college green and forest green is almost like potato. It's like whatever you want to call it, it works, right? Finished the look off with a rugby royal cap, one size fit all, leather strap in the back, same logo that's on the vest. All right. Watch, bracelet, roll the sleeves up, nice little look here, nice little vibe. This look is do it all type of look, but as far as actually riding, I would say that if I was actually going to go riding today, I would switch out the trousers for a pair of jods, and I could still rock with the jodhpur boots, or I could put on some riding boots. Either way I wanted to go. But if I was actually going to do some riding today, the ensemble itself works. It's just I would switch out the pants for jodhpur pants if it was me actually going riding. But if it's just a regular outing, if it's just errands, whatever the case may be, this ensemble works for pretty much anything. All right. Fragrance of the ensemble is also fragrance of the episode. I pulled out one of the Supremes. All right. I pulled out what I think is Mary Wilson. The Mary Wilson of the three Supremes. See, Supreme Oud is Donna. Diana. That's Diana Ross. Cashmere is the other one, whatever her name is, and then I think Mary somebody. The most unsung, but she was her also, and that's what Supreme Leather is. All right. I broke out Supreme Leather because I feel like the leather notes that's in Supreme Leather just coincides so well with Equestrian and with Polo. All right. You may or may not have on anything leather when you're wearing Polo inspired or equestrian inspired ensembles. That said, I think it's some leather on each one of these rigs plus what I'm wearing. Like, it just goes together. The fragrance, the scent, the notes, it just goes together so very well with Equestrian. All right. It's a wonderful unsung fragrance from the Supremes. And it's not that easy to find either. Now, I found mine on eBay, right? But I haven't seen it recently, so I'm glad I use it sparingly, right? I'm glad I use it sparingly. I don't worry about it getting to a point where it evaporates or anything like that, but I do use it sparingly so that it's going to last me a while. All right. Supreme Leather, fragrance of the episode. Now, without any further ado, y'all ready? Me too. Let's go. Now, for our first look, we broke out a staple, right? A mainstay. I'd go so far as to say an essential, right? The navy chino sports coat. Now, I think all Ralph Lauren collectors, especially if your collection is centered towards more mature looks, should have a navy blue chino sports coat in your arsenal, right? Because they're just so useful. They are pieces that you can just, this is a piece, right, that you could just almost throw on with anything, right? You can just almost throw this on with anything. You could literally have on a short sleeve polo shirt in white, a pair of jeans or a pair of solid chinos, right? And let's say you got on some type of penny loafer in a brown, and you go somewhere and they say, sir, a sports coat is required here. If you have a navy blue chino blazer just sitting in the back seat of your car, whatever the case may be, you could literally grab it, put it on. It changes your entire look. It gives your look a more mature, even dare I say, sophisticated vibe, right? That's the navy blue chino sports coat. And that's what I'm talking about in hindsight. But I'll even go so far out on a limb to say that this specific navy blue chino sports coat with the match play ponies on the left chest pocket is an essential, right? This particular look, like, I have it dressed up, I have it themed, but you could take away a few pieces here and there and you still have that same look that I referred to in the beginning of Rig 1. It's just that you have the match play ponies, right? And what the match play ponies do is they don't take away from the sophistication of your look. They don't take away from the elegance and the simplicity of your vibe. They just let the world know I'm a Ralph Lauren guy, right? Because just like the Polo player is one of the most notable, most popular, most recognizable logos in the history of fashion and style, the match play polos is right there, right? The match play polos do not get mistaken for Beverly Hills Polo Club. They do not get mistaken for U.S. Polo Association, right? You have people to this day, we're in 2025, that still get the U.S. Polo Association 2 men on 1 horse look for the iconic Ralph Lauren polo player, right? Nobody mistakes this. Everybody knows what it is, all right? But this particular look is our dressiest look of the episode, right? And this is a look that I have absolutely 100% worn on several occasions, and every time it's a winner. All right, start at the bottom. I pulled out my Polo Blue Label Equestrian riding boots. All right, cognac and hue, 3 leather straps for the enclosure, beautiful equestrian riding boots. All right, put on a pair of socks to keep your bare feet from getting rubbed raw. All right. Other than that, the boots absolutely go on the outside of these beautiful Jaipur pants. All right. Jaipur pants in a Oxford hue, more of a Oxford. I'm sorry, olive hue, more of an olive tan mix, but more olive than anything. Brown leather. Chafing straps at the thigh and inner knee. All right. Our belt is a brown leather polo player belt. All right. Scroll up, we have a Blake cotton button down collared shirt in a slate blue. All right. We took an ascot and did a nice barrel knot on the outside of the shirt, as opposed to tying the cravat on the inside of the shirt. All right. And this particular ascot is Polo Blue Label, beautiful ruby red hue with a horse's head center mass of the ascot. All right. So just for a lovely European, Old English type vibe. All right. Above that, we have a chino waistcoat. All right. Chino waistcoat in navy. We did our Elgin pocket watch in the top 2 pockets as opposed to the bottom 2. And then our featured piece, aka our piece de resistance, is this wonderful sports coat. All right, this wonderful navy sports coat, Polo Blue Label. It has the triple match play action scene on the left chest. We did a Polo Blue Label foul yard pocket square, also in ruby red. All right. We flipped our collar because under the collar we have a wonderful hue of Kelly green just for an added pop of color. The triple match play chino sports coat has doctor's buttons on the sleeves, so we did open that up. In this particular looks case, we opened it up just so you could see that it takes surgeon's buttons on this jacket. But with this vibe, we probably won't wear it with any of the buttons open. We probably won't wear it like that. All right. Just because this vibe is rather dressy. Okay. You can finish this look off depending on what it's doing outside. You can finish this look off with some type of driving cap. I would stick to strictly either a driving cap or a wool or cotton fedora, right? But I would keep it dressy. I would keep it a little spiffy, right? I wouldn't do a cap or anything like that. I wouldn't do a dad cap with this look. But this is a wonderful look, beautiful vibe. It is event specific, right? It really just depends, right? It really just depends on where you're going and what your end goal is. If you are going to some type of outdoor equestrian event, I promise you this is a perfect look. All right, this is a perfect vibe. But if you're just going to IKEA to look at furniture, maybe not. Just depends on how cocky and confident you're feeling on that particular day. All right. But our first rig, wonderful look, a mainstay in the culture, an essential for Ralph Lauren guys, the chino match play sports coat in navy. Now for our second rig, we pulled out the brother of the chino sports coat in rig 1. All right. We pulled out the triple match play sports coat, but this time in a wonderful spring Kelly green. All right. Now, even though these two are brothers, drastic difference, right? Drastic difference. Rig 1's sports coat is a year-round piece. All right. It's a year-round piece. And it's a year-round piece because of the hue, right? Navy is the most popular color ever. The most popular color ever, right? Kelly green, albeit for me, a wonderful, wonderful hue. It's definitely more spring, summer, right? Now, because these sports coats have the same weight to them, it's a pretty good chance that when you start talking about July and August where it's super hot outside, you're probably not wearing either, right? You're probably not wearing either outside. But if you do, you may lean more towards the Kelly green just because of the color. But weight-wise, neither one of them are too ideal to be wearing in southern July and August temperatures, right? Especially when you're talking about cities like Charleston or cities like Memphis, where that heat is a different type of heat. It's disrespectful. That still air that's hard to breathe in is disrespectful in July and August. All right. But with that said, this look is a little more fun, right? A little more whimsical than even the first look, right? The first look is a specific look, right? The way we tied the ascot, Jaipur pants, waistcoat, jacket, the boots, right? But this, because of the pops of color that we have going on, definitely more of a whimsical look, right? But what really ties this look together and gives it that sophistication it needs is the footwear. So without any further ado, let's start at the bottom. The triple match play collarless velvet slippers. Whew. All right. Had these for a while, man. I've had these for a while, and to be honest, I haven't worn them that much. All right. The triple match play collarless velvet slippers by Ralph Lauren Purple label. On your right slipper, it has two Polo players. On your left slip on the vamp. On the left slipper on the vamp, it has one Polo player and the Polo ball. All right. So just a wonderful motif that if these slippers aren't a conversation starter, then there's something wrong with you. Right? It's you, because these slippers are absolutely a conversation starter. All right. Hosiery. I pulled out Kelly green socks with navy chevron zigzag type pattern on it, and a small navy with a gold Polo player. Scroll up. Our denim. A beautiful dark wash indigo type denim with some fading from the knee up to the calf. All right. So it gives it a more relaxed vibe, right, than full indigo or full dark wash denim would give us, right? If it was a full rich pair of just beautiful blue denim, that's borderline dressy for denim, right? But with this particular pair, with the washed center right there, it relaxes the look a little more. All right, which is what we were going for. As far as our belt, we went with the blue leather belt with the Polo player on the buckle. All right, scroll up. We have a club collared dress shirt. All right, white spread, non-rounded, pointed club collar. Our shirt is Columbia blue with green and white, Kelly green and white stripes and navy stripes. All right. Our necktie is a Ralph Lauren Purple label Polo motif necktie. All right. Orange base. It does have a little purple, gold, and navy. It has Polo mallets and a polo match scene going on with a bridle also at the top. All right. So just a wonderful, whimsical, yet still sophisticated piece of neckwear here. And then our piece day for this particular ensemble, like I said, is the brother of the first rig, all right, which is the chino sports coat triple match play on the left pocket in a wonderful Kelly green hue. Again, the buttons on our sleeve are surgeon's buttons. In this particular instance, I probably will open them up because, again, our look is whimsical. When it comes to whimsical, you don't want to OD on whimsical, right? Because there can be a fine line between whimsical and bro, you look like a clown, right? But in this particular instance, you can take one or even two surgeon's buttons apart and flip your sleeve back, flip your cuff back, and you have navy. You have navy hue under that under that cuff, right? And also, when you flip your lapel collar up, you have some more navy As in with the first one, the jacket is navy with Kelly green under. This one is Kelly green with navy under the lapel collar. All right. So with the lapel collar plus your cuff flip back, that navy adds a little more color to your overall look, right? But it also coincides greatly with your denim. It coincides greatly with your footwear. All right. And it even coincides with this popping Ralph Lauren purple label tie here, because there's some navy in there. Also with the orange being so bright, the darker navy that they can see throughout the look tones down the orange just slightly, right? To the point that the orange is not overbearing the overall ensemble, because the main piece of the ensemble, believe it or not, is this sports coat. All right. I would go with a clean shaven bald head with this particular look, but I wouldn't be mad if you had the Kelly green triple match play chino cap and threw that on with this look. I wouldn't be mad at it. All right. Now, if you did that, I would suggest losing the necktie altogether. Right. Maybe losing the necktie, maybe change into a non-club collared sports shirt. Right. But even if you want to keep that shirt, you're okay. But I would lose the necktie. Right. Because I feel like the cap with this necktie, with this sports coat, the shoes are kind of made obsolete. It doesn't bring everything together, right? When you add the cap, but it's not a bad look with the cap. It's really not. It's really not a bad look with the cap. So if you have the sports coat and you like, okay, I'll try that, you'll find that it's going to work. You just might want to switch a few things up here. Now for our last rig, we did all white. All right. We did all white party, all white gathering, club, outdoor, maybe even a yacht, I guess. I don't know why you would want to wear a polo match on a yacht. It's beyond me when you have so many nautical pieces to choose from. But that said, hey, whatever floats your boat, pun intended. Me personally, if I'm on a yacht and it's all white, I'm going to do nautical inspired pieces. But that said, all white party, early spring, this look works, especially if it's not necessarily a day party, right? Because we still have layers here. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, we're talking mid to late March, all white party. If it's a 4 p.m. start time, might not want to wear a hoodie, right? Depends on where you are, but you might not want to wear a hoodie because it could be 75 degrees outside, and who wears this many layers in 75 degrees? That said, same scenario, could even be 75 degrees outside during the day. But let's say the party doesn't start till 8, 9 o'clock and it's outdoors. Now you're probably okay, right? Because those spring temperature drops, you could be talking about in upwards of 20 degrees. So it could go from 75 in the day to 55 in the evening, right? So 55 degrees, a hoodie, Oxford, and a chino sports coat, you're fine, right? And it's still an all white party, all white, all right? But let's talk about the sports coat before we go into the look. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Yep, I finally nabbed it. All right. I've talked about this sports coat specifically for several years. I was trying to track it down, and I just one day stumbled upon it on eBay, and I pulled the trigger instantly, especially when it was in my size. Pulled the trigger instantly. All right. It's the white version, right? It's the brother of the other two sports coats. All right. It's the white triple match play chino sports coat. All right. So I do have all three. Now, if there is a fourth out there, somebody please let me know, because if there's another color, if there's another hue that I need to be chasing down, I need to know about it. But as far as I know, there are only 3 colors in this sports coat: navy, Kelly green, white. All right. But this look is our most casual look of all the ensembles, and it's a pretty comfortable, pretty awesome look. And it's not just for the white party. All right. This look is probably, as it stands, right, not removing anything, this look as it stands is the most versatile look of the entire episode. All right. I know it's predominantly white, but as long as you're not going to an Italian restaurant eating stuffed shells, spaghetti, and lasagna, then you should be okay going out and about wearing white. All right. Doesn't matter where you're going. If it's just going to the mall to window shop or do a lot of shopping, if it's dinner and a movie, whatever it is, you should be okay with this ensemble. Now, we're going to start at the bottom. And I'm letting you know right now, the shoes that I picked is not the shoes that you have to go with this look, but I would definitely stick with this particular color. All right. I pulled out a pair of monk strap bucks. All right. A pair of monk strap bucks in white. All right. It actually says lily white on the box. Now, whenever I wear these shoes, no matter what else I have on, they wear more like sneakers than dress shoes. All right. They just look and wear more like sneakers than dress shoes. So that said, if you just want to go with a pair of white Reebok Classics, a pair of Uptowns, if you just want to go with a white pair of Forces, you can actually do that. If you want to go with a white pair of Polo Ralph Lauren sneakers, you can actually do that. Just, if you're going to do that, make sure that the shoe is predominantly white. All right. So if it has another color in it, like a little bit of navy or a little bit of red, that's fine. A little bit of Kelly green, that's fine, because you have spots like that of color throughout your ensemble. All right. Scroll up. I went with slim fit chinos in a white. All right. Self-explanatory. Slim fit look, slim fit chinos, all white. Perfect for this ensemble. Our belt is a triple match play D-ring belt. All right. It's trimmed in Kelly green on the edges. The bulk of the belt is white, and it has a triple match play GTA style motif all around the entire belt. All right. Scroll up. You can see a portion of our OCBD. Now here's the secret weapon with this OCBD is short sleeve. All right. So even though it's a layering piece, it's going to be it's less fabric than if it was a long sleeve OCBD. It's short sleeve. All right. Custom fit white based plaid OCBD. We unbutton the collar and pop the collar. All right. For a little bit of a pretentious yet casual look. Over top of that, we have a triple match play hoodie. All right, fleece hoodie, all white. All right. We also have the dad cap triple match play white with 3 and Ralph Lauren on the right side of the cap. All right. And it has a leather strap in the back. All right. Wonderful cap that just fits perfectly with the featured piece. All right. The white chino sports coat with the triple match play again on our left chest pocket. All right. Now, if we did have our lapel collar flipped, it is navy up under there. All right. We still have surgical buttons here, but we don't have it. We don't have them open. There's no fabric under the cuff for an extra added piece of color. All right. Which I'm totally okay with, man. All white chino sports coat. It could just be a mental thing, but to me, it feels a hair lighter in weight than the first two chino sports coats. All right. Feels a hair lighter in weight. It could just be a mental thing. It could just be my mind telling me that. But it actually could be a factual case, because they could have looked at this sports coat when they made it and said, hey, listen, this is something that's going to be worn predominantly in the spring, maybe into the summer. Let's make it a little bit lighter in weight than our other two match play sports coats, right? So, because maybe their thinking was, we want to be able to see these match play polo sport coats year round. All right, maybe that's what the thinking was. I don't know. All right. One thing about this look is the match play itself is represented, and it's represented lovely, right? It's not OD. It's enough to where it's going to spark a conversation. It's absolutely going to spark a conversation. But just depending on what you got going on for the day, you can always take your sports coat off, pull the hoodie off, put the sports coat back on. You have a wonderful shirt as a layering piece. And, you know, if it gets too hot, that's actually a move you can make. And you still have that match play being represented to the fullest. Wonderful match play look, wonderful all white look. Love it, love it. And that's another episode in the books. All right. So, as far as the rigging is concerned, right, we were full on Polo Blue Label, right, full on Polo Ralph Lauren, right. We featured 3 of the same pieces in 3 different hues. So what did you guys think? What look represented who and where you are right now in your current iteration of you, right? Is it the dressier English gent, equestrian polo club type of vibe of Rig 1? Is it the more whimsical, dress casual, polo style look of Rig 2? Or was it the casual yet crispy white polo match play look of Rig 3? I ain't gonna lie, all 3 looks fit me to a T. All 3 looks fit me to a T. I guess if I had to choose which look I'm most comfortable in, and I'm talking about a standpoint of mental comfort, right? Which is something that we don't speak on enough. I'm just talking about mental comfort. I'm gonna probably say Rig 2. Which look I am most infatuated with, there's no question it's Rig 1. And which look I'm probably going to have the most fun with, just from the standpoint of what's the word I'm looking for? The pretentiousness of it would definitely be Rig 3, right? What I will tell you about the featured piece in Rig 3 is I have at least a half a dozen looks in my brain for Rig 3. So there's a really good chance that you will see that white chino match play sports coat again before we hit the summer. All right, you'll probably see it again at least once. Now, you know, you're definitely not going to see it more than 2 more times after today, between now and say mid-June, but you're going to see it at least once. You probably won't see it twice, but you're going to see it at least 1 more time, because like I said, I got at least half a dozen looks where most, if not all of the pieces that I need to complete these looks is already in stock. All right. Y'all know, if y'all been here since day one, y'all know how long I've been waiting on that white triple match play. All right. So I'm excited to get to it, man. I'm excited to get to it. But get in the comment section, man. Let me know which look which look represents most the current iteration of who you are as a Ralph Lauren guy. All right. Other than that, man, have a great week. Get you some. And remember, artists paint pictures, and haters, what do? They paint narratives. That's what they're good for, right? That's their gift to society, is being a hater and painting a motherfucking narrative, all right? So don't be no hater, and don't let no haters interfere with what you got going on, all right? Y'all have a good one.